Hello, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. I am Tiffany Norman. I am solo dolo today. Sometimes I have a guest, sometimes I don't. But I will say this if this is your first time tuning into the podcast, if you are in your 30s and 40s, 50s, especially 35 and between 35 and 50, um, I think that this podcast will be rather enlightening for you. I think it's enlightening for everybody because I talk about the real, about relationships and how people really are and not the fluff. So let's keep it 100. And without further ado, let's jump into the podcast. I'll see you on the end. Something to drink. I'm in my kitchen talking to you guys. Coming live from the kitchen. Doo-doo. I'm getting some orange juice. The good kind, baby. Fresh squeeze. I figure I can enjoy a few little pleasures in life. And the orange juice is one of them. See, when you're over 40, you appreciate shit like fresh squeezed orange juice. A 20-year-old can't appreciate no fucking fresh squeezed orange juice. They think it's nasty. They like, what's all this shit floating around in here? But when you're over 40, you know you need the vitamin C. So you're like, got a little extra pulp in there. It's fresh. And it tastes better. You know, one thing with being over 40, I lost my train of thought. One thing with being over 40, though, I want to make sure that I not necessarily teach my daughter better, but I'm a little disappointed with the young women these days, because they fucking up the game. Them bitches fucking up the game. The young, the 25, 23, 20 in that area, they are now pulling the older men. And when I say older, our age, 40, 45, 50, 55, we have to like step up our fucking game. And I blame it on these damn phones and the internet and Instagram and social media and all of that shit. And I'm on there too, but young girls are kind of like, they out there everywhere on Instagram and wearing their makeup and their clothes out and they just look, just like they come out of a magazine. I hate them bitches. And the bad thing about it is, when we were that age, we were like, I ain't doing nothing. I'm saving myself. Or, girl, I got to keep my numbers down. Them bitches just out there like, this just pussy. And I can give pussy to who I want to give it to, right? We competing with our friends' daughters now. I ain't, because I'm married. And trust me, I'm doing, well, I ain't going to even say I ain't. Because shit. God damn. It's like in the summertime, asses everywhere, asses out. I'm working out now. Shit. I want my husband to look at my ass. I'm like, baby, you see that? Shit, these young girls don't give a fuck. Pussy be out. Yes, this is it. This is what it looks like. You're like, God damn, how do I compete with that? This bitch is calling my husband or my boyfriend. Who is he dating? You go on Facebook and look them up and shit. And the motherfuckers, they young and look like they popping. And you popping too, but she younger. So she putting more work in to be popping. And plus she young. So you're like, God damn, this is what I'm competing with. Them young girls say shit. The middle-aged men got the good credit. They got the house, the car. We done potty trained them real good for them. We done potty trained them, yeah. We done taught them how to dress, what to say, what not to say, how to compliment. Now, we have to fight with them teeth and nails sometimes for our men to do it. But we teach them, especially those that marry young. Like when you marry a man young, and I guarantee you, if you're listening to this podcast right now, if you got a divorce from a middle-aged man and you guys both were middle-aged, he married a young woman. He married young. Young woman. And to him, it's no longer, it's about living life. And that's something that, men and women, we are different in that regard, right? We are so different. It's like men, they're like, shit, I'm going to try this shit once. I'm going to go and do it, Women, we're like, I don't know, maybe, we're thinking shit through. We are so used to talking to him like he's a kid, and he talks to us sometimes like we're children. And, we are not like engaging our part. We got to do more. I'm telling y'all, we got to do more as far as on the men and on the women's side. But I'm talking to the women now because we got some competition. And I'm going to tell y'all, if y'all raising y'all daughters out there, tell them bitches that they go to hell if they screw before they 30. Because, let me tell you something. A 40-year-old hoe can't compete with a 20-year-old hoe, okay? Now, I know that. Because the shit 20-year-olds doing snap back on at 40, we can't do. We can't snap back on. But the 20-year-old can give you that motherfucking experience that we give you. A 40-year-old motherfucker will give you an experience. You be done went to goddamn Rome, Jamaica, and around the world with a 40-year-old. A 40-year-old woman know what's up. So, why you think all the 20 and 30-year-olds are after the 40-year-olds? Because they give them that experience, But if you are married, I encourage you to have fun with your spouse. Don't act like y'all, everything got to be in order all the time and, on an agenda and this and that. Be spontaneous with your spouse, I try to be as spontaneous as my old ass can be. So, and I think it helps. I think it does. But nowadays, even in a picture with the younger group. Now I'm gonna say this. Y'all 20-some-year-olds may be younger, but we kind of beating y'all on the looks because all of y'all ain't looking that good. But we have to take people at face value. We have to. And that's something in your 40s you learn to do. And I even started, certain people I deal with now, and I'm like, this person always has been like this, and I never freaking noticed. I never noticed that this person was so cheap, or I never noticed that this person was so selfish, or I never noticed that this person was so giving or whatever. So that's what I've learned to do. Whatever a person is, I take them for what they are. You know, being over 40 is just like free. I remember Whitney Houston said when she turned 40, she was like, 40 is the best. And I will say 40 is a shift. I believe the age, like 45-ish, I think that's when I went into my shift, 44, 45, during COVID. This is the first time that I've had extended pain from not falling or anything. I used to run. I was running 10 miles a day, and I got down to about 140 or so. And because I gotten up there, and that's because my husband kept saying, "Babe, you look good to me. You look good. You look good to me." But I gotten up there, so I was running. I got down to about 140, and the shoe that I was using had a tracker in the back that was hitting my bone, and caused a lot of pain to my foot. And I would try to rest it, and then I would, start running again after that. And this is the first time that I've, had a lot of pain that didn't go away soon. I really never really experienced any pains or aches in my 30s. In my 40s, I've experienced pains or aches. I've seen a difference with my vision. Even though I'm blind as a bat, I was born blind, but now I see a difference. Like I'm holding it back and holding it forward, trying to get it lined up to see it. And it doesn't happen all the time, but it happens every once in a while. So, that's going on with me. I'm seeing little gray hair here and that kind of stuff. So I'm definitely seeing the shift. And some people may experience it later. They may go through the shift at 48, 50. I don't know. Some may earlier, but my shift is like going on, or has gone on, or whatever. But in that shift, I also saw a personality and attitude shift. Isn't that strange? That's strange. Because if you think about it, at some point we go from thinking like a kid to thinking like a toddler, or, thinking like a baby to thinking like a toddler, and then thinking like a toddler to a child, or a teenager or whatever. We go through these phases where our thought processes change and our conclusions change on things. And I've definitely gone through that, where my thought process has changed on things, and I can laugh at a lot of things that I used to do. And the shit is hilarious now. But back a few years ago, I was puzzled as to why I did it. Now I know why. I know why. A lot of things I've done that I do. I used to hustle. I would any job. I was a hustler. You want to write your resume? Write your resume. I learned how to do so much. I know how to do so much stuff that my friends call me to ask me about random things. As far as careers and jobs and making soaps and all kinds of stuff. I know I've just over the years trying to hustle and learn about life. I have been so many. I worked at a rental car place. I worked airline. I worked at a bank. I've worked, oh my gosh, worked on a lot as directed some TV shows, worked in the music industry. I've done a lot of things, and I've never been one. And I started this podcast, started a page. I've never been one to want to be put in a box, right? The funny thing is, society puts us in a box, right? Society just says, bitch, get in this box. You are a banker. You are a fucking car salesman. You are this. You are that. If you've done it for 3 years or more, that's your new career, okay? And you cannot change. We'll have some conversations about corporate American bullshit another time. That's all it is. All it is. It's like I could be the best, you know, IT person in the world. But if I haven't done that for another company, then, and I've only worked at, let's say, you know, Best Buy or some shit, or then that's what I do. If I do customer service at Best Buy, that's what I do. But I'm so good at, you know, things around the computer, IT type of whatever IT people do. I don't know what the fuck IT people do. Take phone calls, shit. Can I zoom into your computer? But if I'm good at whatever it is, then why can't I fucking apply for it as a job? Okay? This shit is fucking stupid. You know, it's like little shit. Like when we were in school, they had like wood shop, auto mechanics, home economics, you know, things like that. It taught your ass how to do laundry and shit. Well, no, I don't think they taught us how to do laundry. We didn't have no wash and dryer in there, but we did have a stove. Single women over 40, let's not be so fucking desperate. God damn it. This shit is fucking ridiculous. Can't just screw every fucking body. Okay? I know you only have a little time left. I'm right there with you. But goddamn. There's some women out there like, bitch, fuck you. I'm getting mine, right? I think 40 is a freaky age. I really do. I think that women get really, really freaky at 40. Well, their minds, you know, wonder, because I've talked to some girlfriends and I'm like, really? You want to do that? Well, I don't know. Maybe you should tell him and see how he feels about it. It's a fine line now between a celebrity and a notable person and an Instagram star. Thanks for checking out the podcast. I will check in with you guys next week. Follow me at Tiffany Norman Unedited. And until next week, laugh as much as you can. Get some sunlight, drink some water, and pump that Tupac.